Right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. There is a crazy amount of money moving into DeFi right now. In the last 24 to 48 hours, things are happening. Today we talk about the most recent Chainlink news. If you hold Chainlink, you're going to want to see this, as well as the latest Cardano, Synthetix, and much, much more. Let's start with our most pressing story of the day, this clip. Not many people have seen this clip yet. Today I want to share it with you. This is a conversation at a recent Chainlink conference that just took place between the CEO of Chainlink and the founder, the creator of YFI token, Yearn Finance, Andre, right here. Now, what do we know? We know that this conversation, the summit, took place a few days ago, very recent. We know that originally, when Yearn Finance was created by Andre and the team, he cautioned the public saying that YFI token is a completely valueless, zero supply token. We reiterate, it has zero financial value. That was a direct quote. We also know that right now, DeFi token YFI is peaking at $38,000. This is more than 3 times the price of Bitcoin. Now, YFI is a governance token that runs Yearn Finance, and it's also held as a speculative asset. And for those getting into cryptocurrency today, what is the use? What is Yearn Finance? Well, we know that yield farming right now hugely popular in the DeFi space. That's where you can lend, borrow, find the best yields, make the most interest. But it's difficult, right? Very hands-on. You gotta constantly be watching, monitoring. Well, this is where YFI and Yearn Finance comes in. Yearn Finance is a protocol that simply finds the best yield for whatever token you have automatically. So you deposit your coins in their system, you get the best yields, which is YFI in a nutshell. Obviously, there's more to it. But with so much money going into DeFi, as well as decentralized exchanges, for the first time ever, Uniswap now beating Coinbase for daily trading volume. Hard to express how crazy this is. That DEXs are now getting used more than centralized exchanges. With all that going on, this video, this conversation is pretty eye-opening. Now, YouTube channel Crypto and Culture shared this with me. I want to share this with you. Sergey, CEO of Chainlink, asks Andre, why? Why are we seeing so much money flow into DeFi? Watch this.
What is kind of driving this massive growth in the amount of value flowing into DeFi and just the growth of the DeFi space in general? Starting from Andre.
Sweet. I think the answer is pretty simple: greed. I mean, the reason there's such a massive influx of money right now is because people are making money in insane amounts. And the reason they're making money in insane amounts is because we came up with a whole new Ponzi, which is governance tokens, which is this wonderful way where we give away free worthless tokens that for some reason people buy. And then the next wave comes in that buys that, so that the first wave can sell it into the one that just bought. And we just keep repeating the cycle while it's accruing more and more and more value. And this is making people paper wealthy by insane amounts. And I might have strong opinions on this thing that we can unpack, but it's not the sustainable part of DeFi. So if we do look past that for a little bit and we look underneath it, we'll see the protocols that are accruing value. And this is things like the Synthetix ecosystem, like the Aave ecosystem, like Compound, and the supporting tools like Chainlink as well, for example. These are the real things accruing value because they're the ones that are going to be here in a year from now when this greed phase is over. But I mean, I don't think there's much argument on this point that the current massive influx is purely because of this new greed cycle that we've created seemingly out of thin air.
Wow. Okay, a lot to unpack there. First off, I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to support the content. This is a good channel, great perspective. And it is interesting that he mentioned Chainlink and Synthetix, cryptocurrencies that we talk about all the time. Let me know what you think about what Andre said down below in the comments. Let's get to this breaking news. But my takeaway for all this, what nobody in DeFi seems to be talking about, is remember, everyone is a good investor/trader in a bull market. And a rising tide does help all ships. But never confuse calm seas for good sailors. Just because a project pumps in price doesn't necessarily make it quality? It could, just not necessarily. If you understand that, then now we can get those gains. Just tweeted this out. Like it, support it. Already got one. But next piece of Chainlink news. Chainlink has just landed on Bitcoin, at least their sidechain RSK, with a new integration. And this means that developers on RSK, and these guys build on Bitcoin on a sidechain, no longer need to create their own oracles to build their dApps. They can use Chainlink's oracles. This is interesting because Chainlink has partnered with near every Ethereum project, but they have just landed on a Bitcoin sidechain. And if you don't know RSK, they're a software company that builds smart contracts specifically for Bitcoin. So this is for developers building dApps that want to build on a chain with more security, that's more censorship resistant. So let's check out the details, and also what does this mean for you as an investor? Well, this will enable developers on RSK on the smart contract enabled blockchain to tap into outside information, like market price feeds and other off-chain data to build their applications. So is this live right now? Well, it's currently live on testnet at the moment, and it's expected to launch on mainnet in less than a month. In a direct quote from their leadership, this integration means that developers can now capitalize on a smart contract network that's anchored to the strongest proof-of-work blockchain, Bitcoin. Interesting. The minute I get more information, I will keep you updated. Next piece of news, Cardano. Cardano's stablecoin will be better than MakerDAO, says Hoskinson. So with MakerDAO, you can lend, you can borrow. It's on Ethereum. It really started one of the initiators of the DeFi revolution on Ethereum. Cardano says they're going to have something better. And it's one thing to say it, but let's check out the details. During a recent AMA session, Hoskinson said that he personally had become very obsessed with DeFi lately, which resulted in him consuming hundreds of pages of reports, lots of interviews and discussions. Maybe watch this channel. But he added that IOHK is also researching some of the most popular DeFi things, and some of it has already started to leak out. Despite the company's best efforts to keep it under wraps for now. So what is he referring to? What DeFi is coming to Cardano? For example, IOHK has partnered with Amerigo, and right now we're working on the logistics of a stablecoin with them. And once it's tested, we'll pull it over into Cardano, and this is going to be an algorithmic stablecoin. We think it'll be significantly better than MakerDAO. Now, obviously he would say that, but what this means to you is that we will soon see dApps and tokens built on Cardano. And right now, Ethereum has the ecosystem. It is DeFi, has a huge first mover advantage. But in a direct quote from Hoskinson, the reality is that the first mover advantage, it's actually a disadvantage. Those network effects were ephemeral and often covered with mistakes and scars and explosions. You actually want to be the imitator, the second mover category for DeFi, and I think we'll have a lot more luck than the first mover did in the space. Interesting. So I guess if you're excited for DeFi today, get ready for DeFi next year, DeFi in the next 3 to 5 years. Very interesting. Next piece of news, Synthetix and the SNX token has just surpassed $1 billion in total value locked as DeFi investor interest grows. Now check this out. Most of the hype around the 2020 altcoin season, what we're experiencing right now, has been primarily focused on lending, liquidity, and yield farming within crypto. It's interesting though that Synthetix is getting all this value locked up in it because they've been able to do something slightly different. However, Synthetix has been able to make strides in the DeFi sector by offering crypto investors an inlet to the world of traditional finance. Because on Synthetix, you can trade not only crypto assets in a decentralized way, but also traditional assets like Apple stock, Tesla, eventually those things. And Synthetix is now the 4th biggest DeFi protocol by total value locked, according to data from DappRadar. So, big milestone. As you can see, they've also changed their logo. Very interesting. I'll keep you updated. And next piece of Tron news. Tron is also leaning into the DeFi space. Big buzzword. Tron's Justin Sun creates a coin called Sun, named it after himself, and describes it as the Bitcoin of Tron. So check this out. He just tweeted this morning. He says, "I am glad to announce that we have decided to launch Sun Genesis mining. Sun manifesting total community self-governance, is a living demonstration in the coalescence of encryption with artistic expression. Now, it's interesting because Decrypt, this publication, refers to it as a meme coin, but it appears real to me, and it's their way of getting more into DeFi, because specifically Sun, the coin, will power Sun Finance, a DeFi smart contract. What will this allow you to do? Sun is another yield farming token, governance tokens, issued as rewards for staking crypto in its smart contract, only this time it's on the Tron blockchain. It provides liquidity for various Tron tokens, and you'll receive Sun, which can be sold on secondary markets or used to vote on network governance proposals. So just want to keep you informed. If you want to yield farm, I guess you can do it on Tron as well. And he's calling it the Bitcoin of Tron because it has zero pre-mine or reserves for the team. It has zero private equity investments and zero venture capitalist investments. And it's interesting because it's proof of stake. It's proof of work, and most people are going to proof of stake. So just something to keep on the radar. That is the video for today. Like always, see you tomorrow.